To start with, I think the oil and gas industry in Ghana, as far as the Africa and West Africa region is concerned, is quite strategic. First of all, because of our geographical location, and secondly, because of our sort of serene business environment, and also because of the fact that we've had the opportunity to see other oil and gas economies in Africa make the mistakes and seen some do the right thing in other parts of the world before we have discovered oil in this country. So I believe that we're in a very strategic position, and that presents a lot of opportunities for businesses, both local and international, who want to take advantage of the resource. And I think even though we've been in this industry for over 2 decades, way before Ghana discovered oil, but we find ourselves lucky to be in Ghana and be Ghanaians at this particular point in time. Menergy started in Gabon in 1989. It was started by the vision and efforts of a Ghanaian in the name of Danny Mensah. Over the years, Menergy developed into Cameroon, worked in Equatorial Guinea, worked in Cote d'Ivoire, and started in Ghana in 1992 as Human Resources International, and later on changed the name to Menergy International. Now, over the years, we've realized the importance of being an international company in this industry because of the nature of activities that we undertake. So we've tried to expand into other countries, of course, bearing in mind the constraints of local content and also ensuring that indigenes of those countries benefit from the resources like we are crying for here in Ghana. My answer is in twofold. There's the financial part and there's the technical part. An example of the financial part is recently there was a tender out that we were responding to. Now we needed to use an anchor handling supply tag boat to provide that service, and it was a contract for a fixed term of 2 years plus 1 plus 1. So which means in a best case scenario we're talking 4 years. Now, this is a vessel that when we looked out there, it was costing between $20 to $25 million. Typically, I mean, the financial institutions in Ghana, it takes heaven to be able to raise the amount of financing from the local banks. Largely because one, most of them are not comfortable with that level of risk. Two, most of them don't even have that much money to spare. And three, even if they do, they would rather spread that among 25 different clients than to give all that to one person. And it's all because the understanding of the industry is not really there, and also the ability to be able to digest the risk that exists in this industry is not also there. So that's one challenge, and in that sense we would be open to foreign investors that would be willing to bring in that much money. And this is just an anchor handling supply tag. You can imagine how much an FPSO is going to cost. Like I hinted earlier, we're looking to become a very technical service provider in the oil industry in Africa, and by so doing, we are trying to position ourselves in a way that we have the basic knowledge, we have the ground information, we have the required capacity for the levels that we participate. So we're concentrating on not defocusing from what we do. Meanwhile, we're looking to go a step higher in terms of providing the very technical services. And I did mention Schlumberger, Baker Hughes, and the likes as an example of where we want to get to. So that's where we're looking, over the next half a decade. And so all things being equal, we should be able to position ourselves as, a very strong force, which is Africa owned, that will compete with the Baker Hughes and the Schlumbergers and the Halliburtons. That's where we're looking.